So you really want to sell that Oceanside house that you've had for what, 20 years, 30 years? You raised your kids, you've lived there forever, you love it, you love the neighborhood, but it is so much to take care of and it's so much more house than you really want to deal with. You have other priorities now. But you can't sell it because you are scared to death that your taxes are going to double, triple, quadruple with the price of homes today. Let me give you some most fabulous news because Prop 19 is exactly what you need to get you moving out of that big old house and into the lifestyle that you have been looking forward to and probably deserve because you've been working forever. So let me tell you all about Prop 19. Now, in the past, we did have, I don't remember what the prop was, but there was a law that allowed you to sell your home and carry your tax base with you to your next property. But it only worked if you stayed within the same county or maybe a handful of other counties that were working together. And it only worked if you purchased a home that was worth less than your current home. So it was very limiting and you could only do it once. So when you made that decision to do it, you better be picking that right house. Well, things have changed. Prop 19 has fixed all of those problems. To begin with, it covers all of California. You can move from any county in California to any other county in California. You can use it for homes that cost more than your current home. So if you're moving to a more expensive area, no problem. You can sell that big old house, buy a smaller one that still costs more, and we can make some adjustments on that tax base. And you can use it 3 times. So if you screw it all up and move to the wrong area and you hate your new house or your new neighborhood or your new community or your new city, that's not a problem because you got 2 more chances to make it right. So let's talk about the anywhere advantage. That means that no matter where you live right now, as long as you are in the state of California, if you sell your house and stay in the state of California, that property tax base that you got when you purchased that home 20 or 30 years ago, that is close to nothing by today's standards, you get to bring that with you. It is huge, it is beautiful, it is going to save you a ton of money, and it is going to make the move so much more affordable and realistic. Here's how it works. Let's say that you purchased your home for $300,000 and today, in today's market, it's worth $1 million, okay? So you can sell your $1 million home, but carry that $300,000 tax base with you to your next home. If your next home is the same or less, then you stick with that $300,000 tax base. If your new home costs you more, so you are moving from the home that you sold for $1 million and you're purchasing one for $1.2 million, you carry that $300,000 tax base with you to your next home for that first $1 million. Now you have $200,000 left over on top, and you will pay the additional taxes on that piece of the $1.2 million. You are saving a huge amount of money because you are not paying taxes on $700,000 out of that $1.2 million because you were able to carry that $300,000 tax base with you. Now, there's always limits, there's always rules. So the big one is you can use this 3 times. Other restrictions, well, you can only buy 1 replacement property. So if you sell your house for $1.5 million and you decide you want to buy 2 $750,000 houses, you can't do that. You only get to use it for 1 property and it must be your primary residence. You have a 2-year limit in most places in California. Now you definitely want to check with the local county, see if their rules are any different, but usually it's 2 years from the time that you sell your primary residence until the time that you purchase your new residence or the time that you file the documentation to carry that tax base with you. Don't wait. You're just spending money that you don't need to spend. So let's talk about what this looks like. You are going to start first with confirming your eligibility. Make sure that you qualify for this. Then you're going to want to list and sell your current home. You need to get that on the market, get it sold, get the most money that you can. Use a great realtor. You will want to coordinate with escrow and make sure that they are aware of your plan to transfer your property taxes. Now, you are going to have to do the actual move of your property taxes yourself, but you want to let everybody around you know what's going on so that we can help you coordinate everything. Once you have sold your first home and purchased your next home, you want to make sure you file all the right documentation. Get it over to the county as soon as you can. I'm going to go through a list of what you need in order to do that, but you're going to want to do this right away. And then finally, just monitor your tax bill and make sure that the adjustment's been made, because they're probably not giving you any refunds. Okay, so here's all the documentation you need. You will need your recorded deeds for both properties. You're going to need settlement sheets for both properties, your closing statements. You will need your proof of eligibility. It might be a birth certificate or something else that shows that you are 55 years or older. Your property tax bills from your previous property and from your new one. That's going to show, especially the old one will show your property tax history. Hopefully they have a record of it, but just in case, make sure you have that property tax bill. And finally, you need to complete the claim form and get all of this information over to your new county. Where do people mess this up? Well, starting with confusion with capital gains. Now, be very clear here. This Prop 19 only applies to your property taxes. It does not apply to capital gains. You definitely want to talk to your CPA or tax attorney or whoever it is that helps you with your taxes, because these are two different things and you want to know what those numbers look like. The second thing where people get confused or screw it up is they miss the deadline. Do not miss the deadline. There is too much money involved here, and you want to make sure you get to save that $7,000, $10,000, whatever it is every year. All right, we're talking about a lot of money. The third way people get confused, you cannot use this on a second home. This is only for your primary residence. You must sell your primary residence and purchase a new primary residence. You cannot use this for a vacation home. So let's go over one more time who this is really great for. Let's say you are a couple somewhere around my age, 50s, 60s. Your kids are gone and you are bouncing around in this big old empty house and you are tired of weeding the garden and mowing the lawn and taking care of all of the systems in this humongous house, and you really just want to be able to take off for a weekend whenever you're ready. You're just looking for a simpler lifestyle, and trust me, I get it. Maybe cheaper too. So the strategy is you're going to use Prop 19 to take advantage of those property taxes that you have in that house that you've been in for 20 years, carry them over to the new place and save. I mean, really, it could be as much as $1,000 a month. You're going to save a lot of money. And what are your results? You have less maintenance, you have less utility bills, you have more free time, and you pay less in taxes, or well, you pay the same in taxes. Now, there's one other thing I want to bring up because I want to make this very clear too. One of the things that changed when Prop 19 went into effect was that if you were planning to leave this property to your kids as an inheritance, in order for them to maintain the low property tax that you have at this point, they are going to have to use this property as primary residence. So they used to be able to just hold onto the property, use it as a rental or, a vacation home or whatever it was that made sense for them. That is no longer a possibility. Your kids, if they're going to keep your tax base, they will have to live in this property. It must be their primary residence, just like it is for you. Okay, a few questions I get all the time. Can I move between different counties? Yes, as long as you stay in the state of California. You can move anywhere in the state of California. The Prop 19 applies statewide. Another question I get, what if I buy before I sell? Totally fine. You can buy before you sell, but you have to sell that place within 2 years, and your taxes don't transfer until that one is sold and you are full-time in the new one. And finally, do I need a lawyer? No, you don't really need a lawyer. We can help you file all the paperwork, but if you have any legal questions, you should 100% consult a lawyer, because guess what? I am not an attorney. I am not a tax person. I am a realtor. I'm a really good realtor, but I'm not going to do your taxes for you. So what's your next step? First, you want to make sure that you are eligible. Second, you want to coordinate with your realtor, your escrow office, everybody that's involved with the sale and the purchase of your homes, your old home and your new home. And then you want to start your search, because we're going to get out there and we're going to find you everything that you've ever wanted and then some. If you have any questions, just give me a call or send me a message or shoot me a text. All my contact info is below. And if you're interested, I put together a downsizing roadmap where you can find the link right down there. It is going to help you figure out exactly what you need to do to get to exactly where you want to be. So give me a call. Let's get moving.